Yeah, and that's kind of what I compare it to.
But her problem is she keeps talking like that even after the class.
She's the substitute teacher, huh?
I don't know what it is. That's from anybody on that one? Christine, remember what that is? What that is from? Do I have her now, or did I lose her? I think I did. She's not reconnected here.
I think she's still connected.
Hello, Christine.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. I wanted you to reconnect to mine, but you can do that after the break. You remember where that was from, by the way? Class, shut up.
I thought it was from a music video, but no, I guess not.
Cheech and Chong. That's an old Cheech and Chong bit. Okay, so you want to talk about Trump. Here's Jeff Manaske, ladies and gentlemen, live from the radio studio here in Marcy, New York.
I'm just surprised, again, after what he said, the Russia and the email comments, again, I'm willing to let that go, but then to follow it up the next day with people that criticize him, he wants to hit them. He always steps in it, but he never watches where he's walking. I guess that's how I want to say it. It's just, it happens again and again and again. And now
at this point, it's got to be it's his strategy. It has to be.
I now think, and really, I guess I've said this before, but again, I feel once again, he does not want to win. He doesn't want to win. Now, and I think this is even more embarrassing than anything that's happened this week. Melania Trump's website is now down. It redirects to Trump's campaign website, or the Trump organization, I guess. I haven't been there. I'm not positive, but I'm reading reports all over that Melania Trump's website is down. There's a question about a claim that she made that she had an architectural degree from the University of, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Christine might be able to correct me, Ljubljana, someplace in Slovenia.
Could you pronounce that properly, please?
I have no idea what.
Oh, darn it. I was waiting to hear it.
I believe it's Ljubljana.
The reason we've not replaced Christine as of yet because we can't find anyone to pronounce the big foreign words. So we've decided that we're just going to call Christine on her cell phone and say, "Hey, how do you pronounce this one?"
So
yeah,
apparently she's been claiming all along that she has an architectural degree. When it was questioned on her website, they just took the website down.
See, that works. I mean, if she's not just claiming you are something you're not, works in so many different fields, in so many different places in the world where you can claim this is what I've done, and no one's ever going to check on it. But when you enter this arena, they put staffs on this, and they just fact check absolutely everything. And it's not one party versus the other; it's both sides. They all do it, and then the media is going after it as well. Somebody's looking for the big story. The person who gets to break that story has broken a big story, and they are rewarded that way. So there is a reward in the end to find it. So you almost have to be overly careful. I mean, if anybody knows that, it would be Hillary Clinton. Some of the things that she said, she's been called on, and it's been proven. Things she thought would never be proven have been proven, the email stuff. And that's going to hurt her. That stuff will hurt her and is currently hurting her. And the same thing that goes to Trump. I can't help but stress on the fact that you go to that middle crowd that has not decided where they're going yet, and that's the crowd that you're fighting for right now. And that's where that grating voice last night going to hurt Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry, it's not that. It's inspirational delivery that Obama did the night before, or his wife did, or even that Trump does. Those inspirational speeches. On the other hand, all this stuff, it keeps Trump in the news. But I'm sorry, there's a middle crowd that's going to say, you know what, I'm starting to believe that I can't trust him as president. So I'm not sure who's going to win out of this thing, but it is like one step in the mud after another. And it's not necessarily just Trump. I think it's both sides.
Yeah, and I think, just to be clear, the criticism of Trump that I might have this morning, or that you might have had yesterday and or today, that's not putting Clinton on a pedestal. I think people seem to think that
you're not with me, you're against me.
Right.
And
the emails, some
ridiculous.
of the emails that you get.
I'll get some doozies.
It's not saying like Hillary Clinton is the great candidate.
I've created wallpaper on my wall with all of the hate emails over this campaign. It's really unbelievable. Andrew, who's on one? I don't have that set up yet.
Oh, Tom Laughlin.
Hey, Tom Laughlin. Good morning, Tom.
Laughlin, yes.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, yeah, I got him, this both times, as far as, the Russian thing, and as far as I want to hit him. I got him right off the bat as being talking about hitting him back verbally. I got it right off the bat. Why?
Here's why. Here's why. Can I tell you?
Why?
It's why when a man walks into the living room and his wife is sitting there and he gets home after a long day of work and she's been working as well, whatever, but he says, what's for dinner? And she says, how dare you? What do you think I'm lazy? I don't do anything. I sit here. I do. That's because when you have the perception where you're okay with Donald Trump, that statement is you're going to perceive it in a positive way. But if you have any doubts, you will potentially perceive that in a negative way. That's my take on it.
Well, I'm not entirely in the bag yet. I've got certain preferences, but
well, listen,
you're
dancing along the rim, and it's further. it's further than some.
Hey, and by the way,
what I'll say,
you're absolutely right about Hillary's speech. She should have gotten up there and waved and said, "Thank you for 3 minutes," like Bernie did.
I know,
and not launch into that.
And listen, it was written really well, but it's just she's not somebody that delivers a great inspirational speech, and that is part of the negative.
If you go see Dinesh D'Souza's new movie, which I did, you'll see that she picked Bill to be her mouthpiece.
Well, listen,
that was why
he's a great example because his speech was really. I mean, you can like him, you can hate him. You can sit there and say, how come you aren't talking about how the times you cheated? You can think whatever you want, but you can at least say the guy's an orator. He can speak, and he can speak emotionally, and he can rally his troops. She struggles with that, and and it's not a woman thing because we've seen plenty of women during these two conventions that were inspirational. It's a Hillary thing. So
right, okay.
All right,
well,
Tom, thanks.
There you go.
Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm lazy? Is that what you're trying to say to me? I only say that because I've been there. Christine, final word, then we'll break.
Yeah, she also seems uncomfortable without cue cards and the teleprompter. And even though Donald Trump may not say what you want him to say, he's at least comfortable with talking. And she's got an awkwardness that I think helps aid some of that shrill, makes you feel like it's shrill
and
delivery.
it's like the guy that's sitting there on murder row and he's in trial and he's just not a pleasant character, and he kind of has that. The eyebrows make him look a little guilty, and I think it's how we perceive people, and that does hurt, and I think that does hurt her. And you can't walk away saying, "Wow, that was one of the great speeches of the century." You just, no matter how well it's written, you can't walk away that way, and I think that's part of her. I do think that's part of her problem. So, hey, we'll break. We have a lot to get into. Willie Waffle coming up. I'd be interested in his take on last night and Trump and everything else that's going on. He's worked for several Republican campaigns for president and Congress and otherwise, and he knows the movies. We'll get to Willie coming up in a few. Hold tight to WIBX.